Hey guys, and welcome back. And yes, I'm outside again. Uh, I swear, it's usually a little brighter outside than this. It, there, there's a storm coming in probably, and so I'm trying to get this done before it rains. This is kind of my experience growing up in a church, um, and what we used to do, and why I haven't really gone much to that church, really. I grew up in church from the time I was 5 and a half until I was really 18, 20. 18, 20, what? The world. Yeah, apparently I can't talk. And so, and because I was too young, I couldn't really leave me at home by myself because I was too young. So Sunday mornings we would get up at like 8, leave by 9:30, go to church, go to Sunday school for a little bit, and then go to church when my pastor got there, because Archer United Methodist Church. Yes, I'm a Methodist, and I do go like a church that I get a little bit more into detail with that a little bit later, maybe. It's Holy Trinity Episcopal. So when I was younger, there were other younger kids there. Our age varied, like 4 up to like maybe 6-ish, 6, 7, 8-ish. So we would have like Sunday school, and then every so often on Sundays after church we would go to Manatee Springs. I love Manatee Springs. There's another name for it, but I know it as the Manatees. I think there's another name. I know it as Manatee Springs. We would go there and just spend the day there after church and have fun. And we did a few other things here and there as a church. And we had a youth group I believe we had a youth group. It's been a long time since we really had a youth group. We kind of started slowing down on things like that because we got a pastor we kept getting new pastors, and we would have to share them with a church in Bronson. And Archer United Methodist is actually in Archer. And here's the interesting thing. We got a little side note: 2 of our animals are off of Archer Road and from Archer. And the other kids who were family, that church is a lot of older people, and there's a lot of family in there, like the Beatties. That's like the main family that comes to that church. One of the kids and her kids moved to Georgia because the eldest, who's a year or two older than me, goes to college out there, Georgia Tech, or went to college. I don't know if he's graduated or not, or if he's not, he's about to graduate. So we stopped doing things like youth group, doing other activities. The only activity that stayed the same really is the church dinner every third Wednesday of every month. I went every Sunday to church growing up until we got one of our last pastor who didn't want to work with the that other church. Just put it that way. Because she didn't like that church. But the deal was, if she worked at our church, she had to work at the other church. And she didn't want to do that. So she found another church. So we got a new pastor. I met him once. That says something, because I don't go to church much anymore. Because I'm not a huge, like, church goer. I will go every once in a while if I can, because I'm not a huge, like, Jesus, God, church freak, and have to live my life by the Bible. I believe that things happen for a reason. God put things in your life for a reason, and that, because I've had a good few encounters with Him, with God, and I will create a video about that later, probably at another time. But one of the activities we did with our last pastor was, this was my first mission, and the church's first mission. I will talk about that in another video about missions. Because I've been on 2 missions. I want to go on more. And we had, one of our church members and the child and the grandmother both died in a house fire. She and her friend went to a church camp, which I did, which I will talk about later on another video as well. She came back. No, she went, and another church member that really doesn't show up much anymore went, and just hearing about his experience and their experience at the camp. No, my friend that died, she went after me because, yeah, I remember telling her about it, my experience. And it's raining. Lovely. Sorry. And so I did 2 missions. I did a church camp. That's probably the most I've done since I kind of stopped going to church at like 15, 16. Because at that point, I didn't like doing things for my family that I was living with. And I'm really washed out right here. And so that just wasn't my church, because I was the youngest person there, even though I'm about to be 20 next month on the 23rd. And I found another, and because they weren't just really all that active much anymore. Yes, I understand, because it's church of older people and stuff. But I did find another church I do like. I just gotta figure out how to get there and when I can get there, because the bus system doesn't run as much on Sundays. It's a longer wait time, and they're more active and they're more accepting of people that's part of the LGBTQ community, like myself. There's all different age ranges. They do more activities. And it's just more of a church I like. And the problem is this bus system, getting up in time, figuring out how I'm going to get there. I'm sure every once in a while I can be dropped off or picked up and dropped off back home again. But as I got older, growing at that church, I just kind of, yes, they're kind of like family to me. But the problem is, it just wasn't the church for me, and I don't believe in going to church every Sunday. Like I said, I'll go every once in a while when I want to and in the mood for it. Because, like I said, I'm not a huge Jesus freak and have to live by the Bible and by God's Word. I believe there is a God, or someone up there, And I'll get more into detail with that later in another video. Yeah, I gotta get inside because it's starting to rain harder. Peace out until next time, y'all.